Welcome to Eternal Elements Learning Podcast brought to you by Atyasa Online. These podcasts are a part of the audio certificate programs on Atyasa Online. You're free to take these podcasts on your desired portal also, should you only wish to learn on the go. Thank you so much for engaging on these podcasts, and you can connect with the author on LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook. Hi, this is Niket Karajagi on Eternal Elements, brought to you by Atyasa Online. I'm talking about strategy and I'm talking about grand strategies. I spoke about product development in my earlier podcast where I said there are substantial modifications that can be done to the product and we use the same established channels to distribute and market the product. Done primarily for extension of the product life cycle. We are going to talk about innovation in this podcast. Innovation is a risky proposition, though a lot of organizations tend to say that they're innovating, but what they could be actually doing is they could only be doing certain product development or product extensions. Let's talk about innovation. What's innovation as a grand strategy? It seeks to reap substantial margins for sure. So the intent is profitability. And it creates a new product or a service, and it could also end up creating new customers for itself. That means that the whole intent behind innovation is to create a new product and a service, to disrupt the market, to terminate the product life cycle of the earlier product, and also create new customers, because the existing customers love you because you innovate. They stick with you. They are your customer who promote advocacy of your brand and your product, and that also ensures in terms of innovation that they have the impetus and the motivation to bring in new customers into your fold. And therefore innovation is an amazing strategy to be used by organizations. Both consumers and industrial markets require these changes for sure, and a lot of organizations therefore invest in massive research and development to come up with some amazing disruptive innovations which kind of create a new market for them, and it also extends the sustainability of the organization. Therefore, innovation is a good sustainability strategy that the organization can use. Let's look at where does innovation actually happen. Most of the technology companies are using innovation. Technology disrupts. Let's look at the system where there was this product on the airline where on the seat in front of you, you had the LCD panel and you could watch the movies and you could watch your favorite content. What happened? What disrupted it? There came an app. Through your Wi-Fi, you could speak to the content server within the aircraft itself. You could connect through Wi-Fi to the content within the aircraft. And now the same content can be beamed, can be downloaded, can be streamed into your own mobile phone or a pad. Isn't that amazing? What did it do? It brought down the investments for the airline, and it also offered a very personalized experience to people on the flight. Classic example of innovation for sure. In the 21st century, in the international market, we're seeing a lot of disruption. We're seeing a lot of innovation happening, and the termination of product life cycle is happening very, very fast. Either the organizations are terminating their own products or the competitor innovates and therefore the product just goes out of market. One of the classic examples of this would be there were pagers earlier and they didn't even last for a long time because the pagers were immediately replaced by the mobile phones. That is the power of innovation. It disrupts your earlier product completely. Remember one thing, if you want to create a sustainable organization in the 21st century, innovation is the key. However, the trouble with innovation is it is high risk. Out of every 100 innovations that you would attempt, you would only create one successful new product, is the research that was conducted by McKinsey Global Institute. And they came up with this whole idea that it really takes a lot of resilience and grit to practice the grand strategy of innovation because the risk is high. You don't know how the market will respond. You don't know how the customer will respond, and therefore the failure rate and the risk is high. We do it in Atyasa Online. We did it in Atyasa. We moved completely from physical one-on-one sessions into online. We've got a portal, Atyasa Online, which is completely online, and you can choose what content to consume there. We have disrupted the entire mechanism of tech education in the corporate world. Does it require time, effort, and money to do it? Of course, yes. It's a humongous effort. It took us quite some time to build the content. We've been building it for a long, long time, 20 years now. I bring to you this podcast primarily because we have the technology prowess to bring education into the field of technology. And in our case, that becomes a case study for us in terms of innovation. Go ahead, innovate. That's the way to sustain yourself in the market. And I assure you, as a corporate professional, when you're innovating your processes, when you're innovating your product, and you're innovating your business models, you really go far and your competitors fear you. I'm going to talk about horizontal acquisition in the next podcast. Thank you very much. This is Niket Karajagi from Eternal Elements. Signing off. I'll see you in the next podcast for sure. Thank you for listening. Please do remain engaged.